Scientifically proven tools to improve your sleep. From now on, I'm going to introduce you to scientifically proven tools that will not only help you sleep better, but also fall asleep faster and wake up feeling much more rested. Many people already know that consistently getting a good night's sleep is absolutely essential. The problem is that most of them don't know how to achieve it. In fact, I'd even say that very few of you are actually getting a great night's sleep. Somewhere between 7 and 9 hours, waking up feeling fully refreshed and ready to start the day, and maintaining focus, alertness, and steady energy levels throughout. There's a built-in clock present in both our brain and the brain of every animal we know of. This clock determines when we feel sleepy and when we feel alert. Think about it. We don't spend the entire day feeling drowsy every 30 minutes and then suddenly wake up fully energized. Instead, both our actual sleep and our sleepiness tend to be concentrated into a single block, typically lasting between 6 and 10 hours. And while there are variations in how much sleep each person needs, every 24-hour cycle is influenced by several factors. But the number one factor that determines when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake is sunlight. So, let's dive deeper into how this connection between sunlight and sleep works and what happens in your body throughout a 24-hour day. Waking up in a roll of cortisol, whether you had a great night's sleep or pull an all-nighter, most people tend to wake up around sunrise, maybe not at the exact moment, but within an hour or two before or after. Of course, there are exceptions, like people who work night shifts or those dealing with jet lag. But for most of us, waking up happens around sunrise. When you wake up, your adenosine levels are typically low. At the same time, your body triggers an internal signal through hormones. In case you didn't know, a hormone is a chemical substance released by an organ that affects other organs and systems, including the nervous system. You wake up in the morning because a specific hormone called cortisol is released by your adrenal glands, which sit right above your kidneys. But cortisol isn't acting alone. There's also a surge of adrenaline, which further increases your wakefulness. This cortisol and adrenaline spike can come from an external alarm clock or your body's own internal system. Either way, your body takes this as a signal that it's time to raise your heart rate, stretch your muscles, and get moving. This morning cortisol surge is crucial. It needs to happen at the start of your wake cycle, no matter when that is. Some people work night shifts and wake up at 8 p.m., then sleep during the day. But in general, this cortisol pulse should occur early in your wake period and only once. Many people associate cortisol with stress, and it's true that throughout the day, various stressful events can trigger cortisol spikes. For example, seeing unexpected charges on your credit card statement or getting bad news via text can trigger adrenaline and norepinephrine surges. And if the stress is intense enough, you might even experience additional cortisol spikes throughout the day, which isn't healthy. On the other hand, the cortisol spike that wakes you up in the morning is completely natural and beneficial. It's what makes you feel motivated to start your day, work, study, exercise, and handle daily tasks. The sleep-wake timer and melatonin release, but there's more to it. The moment this natural cortisol spike wakes you up, a biological timer in your nervous system starts counting down. This timer determines when another hormone, melatonin, will be released by your pineal gland. Melatonin is the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. This biological clock essentially tells your brain, in 12 to 14 hours, melatonin will be released, making you feel drowsy. So, there are two key signals at play here. 1. A wakefulness signal, triggered by cortisol and adrenaline.V2. A sleep signal, which kicks in about 14 hours after you wake up. And you actually have the power to shift these phases forward or backward. For example, if you expose yourself to bright light late at night, you'll find it harder to wake up early and go to bed early the next night. On the flip side, if you wake up early, around 5 or 6 a.m., and expose your eyes to sunlight right away, you'll reset your biological clock, making you naturally want to sleep earlier and wake up earlier. If you struggle with waking up early, feeling refreshed, and staying alert throughout the day, you need to get sunlight exposure early in the morning, ideally within minutes of waking up. But at the same time, you must avoid artificial light exposure late at night, as this will push your internal clock later and later. A powerful sleep aid. Yoga Nidra 1 technique I've been using for the past 5 years with incredible results is Yoga Nidra, a guided meditation that puts your mind and body into a deep state of relaxation. This practice can last anywhere from 10 to 60 minutes, and it's incredibly effective because it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes calmness and relaxation. Many people struggle to fall asleep because they can't shut off their racing thoughts. That's why techniques like Yoga Nidra are so helpful. They speed up the transition from wakefulness to deep sleep. This practice typically involves guided breathing exercises and body scans, which help quiet the mind and release tension. Another science-backed tool for deep relaxation is self-hypnosis for sleep. When supported by research, self-hypnosis can be a powerful way to bring your brain into a deeply relaxed state, making it easier to fall and stay asleep. Any time you dedicate to improving your ability to sleep is a worthwhile investment. When should you practice relaxation techniques? A common question is, what's the best time to practice these relaxation techniques? The answer is any time during the day, but they're especially useful right before bed or when you wake up in the middle of the night, as they train your nervous system to switch from alertness to deep relaxation. Another crucial point, we can easily force ourselves to stay awake longer, whether for a party, work, or New Year's Eve. But it's much harder to force ourselves to fall asleep when we're not naturally tired. This creates an asymmetry in our sleep behavior. We can delay sleep, but we can't easily bring it forward. And one thing I always emphasize is that you can't control the mind using the mind. When you struggle to calm your thoughts and fall asleep, you need to engage the body using tools like meditation, self-hypnosis, and Yoga Nidra. These practices tap into the mind-body connection, creating the ideal state for deep, restorative sleep. So I hope this helps. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this with your friends. See you in the next video.